Lincoln Railer Basketball on 96.3 WLCN and WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Headline Salon, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Fifth Street Food Mart, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, The Carpet House, Rickham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln IGA, Lincoln College, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, St. Clair's Manor, Lincoln Park District, Grimaldi Law Office, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Lincoln Dare, Eaton Corporation, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln Printers, Chicago Street Rentals, and by Four Corners Lube.
Railers getting started. Opening tip, it'll be Colton Holiday as the Railers are in their home white with red numerals trimmed in green. Railers win the opening tip, moving left to right here on this Friday. Backdoor, Titus, top of the key to Isaiah, who lays it in quickly.
Nice backdoor play, and Jeff, we've seen Coach draw that one up several times already this season, and didn't matter if it was Danville or Taylorville, it's worked for 2 points for Bowers.
If it works, keep going to it. Railers with an early lead. Taylorville with the basketball. Starters include 6'1" senior Jordan Moats, 6'4" senior Caleb Rothmeyer, 6' junior Justin Wright, 6'1" junior Brandon Odom, and it's 5'11" sophomore Jace Bergenschneider. And
Jace just got the ball taken from him from a couple of seniors. So you see a senior going up against sophomore, and Bowers was able just to rip it away from his hands.
Railers with the basketball. Titus fires up a three, shoots it up long. Grunder on the weak side grabs the rebound away from Moats. Railers continue with possession. Taylorville in their road purple uniforms, gold lettering and numerals. Trim along each side. Kicks it over in the corner to Sloan. Quickly out to Ben. Open wide for three. Left it way short. Rebound down to Odom for Taylorville. Moats across the timeline on top to right. Minute and a half gone by in the contest. Railers the only bucket so far here tonight. Swinging around the left side, now back on the right. Taylorville inside to right. Tipped out of bounds, lost by Taylorville. So early on, Josh, it looks like they're going to try and put that guy at the high post and see if they can get their shooters free.
Like normal, they against the 1-2-2, if you're going to attack it well and shoot it well from the outside, you've got to attack the middle as well, and they've tried to go in there a couple times, and 2 turnovers for Taylorville so far.
Isaiah, top of the key, fires a three on the way. That's no good. Rebound down to Moats. Railers are getting the open looks, Josh, especially from outside, and so far tonight they've already missed 3 from long range.
Yeah, and I really like the earlier or later in the tournament where the Railers weren't trying for 3. We talked about the percentage of Bowers. What he was shooting from 2 versus 3 was almost a 40% difference. There's another turnover by Taylorville. See if Bowers can get.
Isaiah with some nice ball handling off the glass and good.
Yeah, nice steal by Bowers. Another turnover by the Tornadoes, but just that excellent 2-point shooting that has taken place so far by the Railers. And they haven't really found their shot from outside yet, and that's okay. I like to see these guys going to the basket and shooting more 2s.
5:20 to go. Railers on top 4-0. Left corner 3 on the way. That's going to be no good. Fighting for the rebound. Smallest guy out there, Tate Sloan, was in there fighting for it. Didn't grab it, but he forced Taylorville to knock it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Railers. Reminder that Railer basketball this year is brought to you by Headline Salon LLC, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, and our friends at the 5th Street Food Mart. Sloan in the corner, down in the post to Holiday, turns with the left hand off the glass and good.
Yeah, and I like too, Colton came on this side of the basket, so he's able to use that left hand and turn over to the middle of the floor. That's a nice set play by Coach Alexander, nice finish by Holiday.
Railers up to a 6-0 lead, and again, plays that we've seen in the past that have continually worked. It seems like that's what Lincoln's trying to do early to find some easy opportunities down low. Try to get it down low. It's tipped away by the Railers on the baseline into the hands of Titus Cannon, up to a Holiday who runs. Does a nice job tipping it in to teammate Grunder. Over on the left side, Sloan's high arcing three. Won't get the roll. Fight for the rebound. Isaiah tracks it down. Holiday open, fires off the glass. No. Still fighting for the rebound, and we're heading the other way. And they're either going to get Colton or Grunder coming over the back.
Well, and I made a nice pass into Colton. I wish I would have saw Colton go to the basket a little bit harder. He kind of just turned and shot it. Thought he had an opportunity really to attack the basket there. Colton just as big as anybody for the Tornadoes, and just as strong, and especially you've got that left hand to be able to work with.
Almost halfway through the first quarter. In the lane, nice move off the glass, a little too hard. Shot from right is not good. Railers the rebound, moving this way. Sloan on the far wing. Working around the perimeter. No substitutions yet for either team.
Man, Bowers has got a sophomore on him. I'd love to see him just go down the post. A huge size advantage as far as strength-wise. Bowers against Chase Berkschneider.
Sloan between the circles. Far side now to Titus. Railers slow it down a little bit here. Titus open for a three. That's going to be off no good. Titus open, top of the key. Rebound down to Rothmeyer. Down the lane he goes, and a foul is going to be whistled as Wright went with the right hand, switched over to the left, and Holiday hammered him. And for Colton now early, that's the second on the junior. Justin Wright, the 6-foot junior, first free throw, bounces off no good. Checking in for the Railers for the first time will be the 6'9 junior Jermaine Hamlin, and he of course replaces Holiday with early foul trouble.
Nice to bring in 6'7 off the bench, or 9.
First free throw now up and good, so Taylorville at the 3:23 mark gets on the board.
Taylorville tries to slow down the Railers a little bit here with a kind of a token 1-2-2 press. Not a lot of pressure there, just kind of slow them down if they can.
Isaiah turns from 14 and hit.
Yeah, almost money there. Really this whole season so far, Jeff, here through 5 games.
Long three is no good by Taylorville. Knocked out of bounds as Hamlin and Wright were down there fighting for it. Wright knocked it out of bounds, so back to the Railers we go. And a timeout's going to be taken by Taylorville's coach Ryan Brown. 2:55 to go. Just a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Quickly, we'll remind you that Railer basketball is brought to you by Rickham State Farm Insurance, the Carpet House, and the Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois. And Josh, you were saying right before they took that timeout.
Yeah, it's a good, a good start for the Railers. We were able to get a few sides. We talked about Bowers just really good around the basket. We talked to 15 foot and out. He's shooting about 65% on the season at just a little over 5 games now, where compared to three-point line just at about 25%. So, right around the 40% difference. And, man, when he gets around there, he's really tough to stop. He's really quick, gets off the floor well. He's got a nice touch around the basket. And, too, he's a good passer. And if they start going to him and meeting him around at the free throw line, remember, you got Big Jermaine lurking around that baseline area.
After the timeout, Railers with the 8-1 advantage. Titus looked to go backdoor to Isaiah, but they had that covered up. Ben back on top now to Cannon. On the far side to Sloan. Tate thought about it, didn't take it. Grunder's wide open on this side. Grunder's going to drive through, kick back out to Sloan. Isaiah's got it. He's going to drive in, pull up, 16-footer, got it.
Yeah, again, right at that 15-foot area. And Isaiah's gotten off to a good start. Haven't really seen Grunder get off to much yet so far, so he'll need to get going also for the Railers, but Bowers has carried us so far.
Jumper three on the way. That's going to go down for the sophomore Bergschneider. Cuts it to a 10-4 game. Approaching the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Sloan down top to Grunder. Cannon. And we got a illegal screen called on the Railers. Trying to free Tate, I believe. And did they get Jermaine or Ben? Foul on Grunder, his first, third on the team. No fouls yet whistled on Taylorville. Nice job on defense by Jermaine Hamlin as he kept going with Wright and Wright just dribbled right out of bounds.
Yeah, he didn't go the right direction. He was trying to get to the basket, but Jermaine did a good job of sprinting to cut off that baseline and was able to get the turnover. So 4 turnovers now for Taylorville.
Sloan on top. Isaiah fakes one way. Now the other pulls up from 15,
Soft
and
touch.
he got the roll.
Soft touch. If he can get to that spot, he's almost automatic, Jeff. And right now it looks like Isaiah's really got it rolling from that area.
And that's over and back. Just a nonchalant pass from Moats to Brandon Odom. Just a little one-hand flip pass, and he wasn't there, and it trickled into the backcourt, so another turnover.
6 now for the Tornadoes, and now the Tornadoes figure out they're not doing very well at the man. They're going to go try the 1-2-2, and you may see some sort of a lob here play for Big Jermaine.
Grunder fires a 3 from the right side. That's going to be no good. Coming in, great rebound tip try by Isaiah. That didn't go down. Nice job, Isaiah, trying to save it in, but it goes right to Taylorville. 1-on-3, spins in the lane. Quick hands of Titus Cannon, rips it away. Now the ball loose on the floor, and Tate Sloan comes out with it.
Yeah, quick hands of Cannon, and then the quick feet and hands of Sloan getting down there on the ground.
Nice hustle by the Railers, not giving up the easy 2. And with 40 seconds to go, Railers on top 12-4, and a chance to extend to a double-digit lead here with this possession as we head to the end of the first.
Now they're back in the man as Coach Al yells out a play against the zone. They quickly go to a man, that being the Tornadoes.
Down to 20 seconds. Bowers flips back to Cannon.
Now they're going to go back to the zone.
Over now to Sloan. We're down to 10 seconds. Cannon between the double team. Almost lost it. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Taylorville. Head quickly. Will they have time? Sloan tracks it down. Knocks it. Are they going to have a chance to get the shot up? No, they do not. Shot does not count. And at the end of the first, Railers with the advantage. It's Lincoln 12, Taylorville 4. Back with the second quarter in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Before we get started with the second quarter of action, we also want to thank Bright Idea Screen Printing, Lincoln College, and Lincoln IGA for their sponsorship of Railer basketball throughout the season. Taylorville with the basketball. We start the second quarter. Into the contest for the Railers, replacing Tate Sloan, is 6'2 sophomore Isaac Dewberry. Hamlin, Grunder, Dewberry, Bowers, and Cannon on the floor to start the second quarter. Lincoln on top 12-4.
Go finish.
Bad pass by Livingston, tipped away by Bowers. Ahead, another turnover. Railers control. Bowers flips back to Cannon.
6 turnovers now for Taylorville, and they just have not been able to figure out the 1-2-2. That time they got it in the middle, but just couldn't complete the pass.
The Railers seem like they did a nice job getting to Cannon to Dewberry, high arcing, didn't get the bounce, and then Isaac's going to be whistled for the foul, trying to get the rebound. But Josh, it seems like the Railers have done a much better job being there defensively before the pass is completed, something they've been a little slow at in the first week.
Coach talks about moving while the ball's in the air. The Railers are moving while it's in the air instead of as it's being or as it's been caught by the guy that they're guarding, and it just speeds you up a little bit, and they're there on the catch.
Lane opens up. They try to dump it down. Guess what? Another tip away by the Railers. Nothing inside so far for Taylorville as Lincoln forces another turnover a minute into the second quarter.
Yeah, I like to get the ball on that side of the floor where Jermaine is and get up and get him a touch.
Grunder pulls up 15 feet from the elbow is good. Grunder's first of the game, and Josh just looking, the last 4 baskets for the Railers have come from 14 feet, 15, 15, and 15. And speaking of 15, it's number 15, Jack Livingston from the left side, who hits a 3 for Taylorville to bring it to 14-7.
You know, and that might be the Railers, weapon. I mean, they may not be able to really shoot that three-pointer and find it consistent. They might have to just, be that 15 feet area all the time.
And on cue, Isaiah hits from 3. Makes it 17-7. But boy, being able to score from 15 feet in sure opens up a lot more opportunities outside.
You just don't see it very much anymore. That's a hidden arc in all of basketball ever since now with the three-point line and the dunk. It's been, you just don't see a lot of shots taken from that area.
Another three from the left side for Livingston. He's hit 2 in a row, and that's usually the limit for a Railer defense because you've obviously found out, he can shoot it, now you got to find him.
Yeah, you got to run at him and make him get off that three-point line.
Titus hands off to Grunder, kicks back to Isaiah. Can he hit 2 in a row from 3? Up too strong. High for the rebound, Jermaine, but it's tipped over to Taylorville. Tornadoes down 7, 17-10, 5.5 to go in the first half. Chance to draw closer. Somebody find number 15.
Yeah, he's out on Isaiah's side, so seniors got to realize.
Oh, and Jermaine hammered the shooter as Jordan Moats was firing off a 3. Jermaine got out there, but a little too late, and Hamlin will pick up his first, and it'll send Taylorville to the line for 3 free throws. Moats, the 6'1 senior for Taylorville. First free throw on the way is up and good. We see Tate Sloan at the scorer's bench. He will check in after this free throw. Second one good. Titus Cannon will take a seat. So for your Railers, Sloan, Dewberry, Bowers, Grunder, and Hamlin. Third on the way. Got them all. So it's an 11-3 run for Taylorville. Railers were up 10. Now down or up only 4. But Isaac Dewberry from the left side hits for 3.
Yeah, nice shot by Isaac there. But we've had Jermaine in there now for several minutes, Jeff, and I don't think he's yet to touch the ball on the offensive end. The Railers not looking in. Jermaine not getting great position. And we've got to be able to use that big body inside.
Moats kicks back now to Brody Smart. Smart tried to make it a pass inside, did. Underneath, off the glass, disrupted by Hamlin. Railers coming back this way, up 7. Isaiah kicks back to Tate Sloan. Tate, top of the key, will hand to Isaac Dewberry. Dewberry on the right side, drives against his defender. Strong move off the glass, counting, he's fouled.
Yeah, that's what we need Ben to do. He's strong and aggressive and athletic around that basket. He's able to get to the baseline, came crashing in toward the basket a little bit, good, took the contact and was able to get to layup to go. So that there is Ben's game. You know, Isaiah's game's around that three-point line. Ben's attacking that basket.
Free throw will go through. And Ben, after not scoring in the first quarter, now has 5. And the Railers are back up by 10, 23-13. Isaiah almost had a steal there. In the lane, stripped away by Sloan, tracked down by Grunder. Into the front court.
Post up, Jermaine.
Isaiah trying to get it down to Jermaine, instead back on top, right side to Sloan. On top to Bowers. Isaiah pulls up 17, left it way short. Rebound comes down to Taylorville. Getting it ahead quickly, knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by Taylorville, and credit Jermaine for hustling back.
You're right. You heard Coach in the background yelling back, or him or Greg or one of the coaches over there, and Jermaine put it in overdrive to get down to the other end and was able to kind of tipped it away, and then the Taylorville guy tipped it at the last minute to go out of bounds.
Titus Cannon back in for the Railers. He will replace Grunder, who's had a nice start to the second quarter. 3:45 left in the second quarter. Lincoln on top, 23-13.
Now throw it into him.
Tried to get it in, but Isaiah's pass is tipped away by Moats. Going down the other way. Drive off the glass. Blocking foul whistled. And going to the line will be Taylorville. And Josh, something you said last week popped in my head as that play was happening. The Lincoln defender kind of tried to get in the way and then just let him go by. How many years has it been since we've seen a Railer who's willing to step in and plant for that charge?
Yeah, you're right. It's been, I think Drew Bacon took some last year, and we'll get him back here in just a couple of games, and that might be one of the only guys that will do it. It's an art form, and not a lot of guys want to do it, but we've had some good ones in the past too.
23-14, makes first, misses second. 3:20 left inside to Jermaine. Jermaine, and then a foul is going to be whistled down low and I think they got that on Evan Champley. Champley, the 6'2 senior, trying to hold off Jermaine, and when Jermaine spread out and made himself available for that pass,
big.
That was the only option Champley had.
Yeah, you got to shove him and get him out of the way.
3:19 to go. Lob play inside to Isaiah against 3 Tornadoes, goes up strong, won't go, but the senior will head to the line shooting 2.
Just strength there. Ripped it away from 3 guys. You know, they had 3 guys from Taylorville trying to get the basketball, 2 on the lob play on the out of bounds underneath the basket. Bowers just ripped it away and, again, was able to get it up on the basket. Couldn't get it to go, but strength took over there for Isaiah.
First free throw for Isaiah, no good. Isaiah comes in a 69% free throw shooter for his career here at Lincoln. Second one from Bowers. That one goes through. So the Railers are back up with that 10-point advantage, 24-14. Into the front court. Bergschneider. Now to Smart. Over on the left side to Livingston. Right side now to Moats. Brody Smart. Under 3 to go. First half, Lincoln up 24-14. Almost a drag of the pivot foot. Got to tell you, so far, Josh, really impressed with how Railers are moving on defense, especially with their feet, getting to the spot defensively. Yeah. And a turnover by Taylorville.
A lot quicker. As
they catch that pass on the sideline, but step on the sideline. Another timeout's going to be taken by the Tornadoes to 30, so we'll keep it here again. 2:40 to go in the first half. Lincoln up 24-14. Gives us an opportunity, as always, to thank all of our sponsors for Railer basketball, including the Grimaldi Law Office, St. Clara's Manor, and the Lincoln Park District. And Railer basketball, Josh, this feels more like a Lincoln game. Even though they're not hitting a multitude of threes, it just feels like the other team offensively just is so chaotic. They don't know what to do.
They are, and you know, they've hit some threes too. They've yet to kind of go away from their, or they have been going away from their guys that have made a couple threes. You know, the guy hit number 15, hit a couple here. Jack Livingston hit a couple in front of the student section, and that's been about it. After that, they kind of quit getting away from him, or maybe the Railer defense picked up that that was the guy that was hitting him. So either or, the Railer defense has been better here in the game, as you said, much quicker. You know, when you can put Grunder in the back and Dewberry and Bowers and both Cannon and Sloan out there, you've got some. You got pretty quick 5 guys.
After the timeout, Railers with that 10-point advantage. Dewberry floating along on the baseline. See if they can find him down there. Titus will fire off another 3, and he hits.
There we go. Nice to see his confidence going a little bit, too. And that wasn't an easy 3. Not that he was pressured, but he was about 2 foot behind the 3-point line. And I think we talked about early in the preseason, Jeff, we're going to need him to get to be around that 6 to 8 points per game, that being Cannon, and we haven't yet to see that this year.
Another steal by the Railers. See if they can capitalize on it. Cannon at the volleyball line, over to Bowers. Isaiah on the bounce over to Sloan. Can Tate connect from long range? Shot a little too long. Rebound heads that way. Rebound comes down to Bergschneider for Taylorville.
Looked good, too. I mean, we had a perfect angle at right on, and Sloan just a little hard on that 3-pointer. But, you know, any points you can get out of him and Cannon at this time are huge for the Railers.
1.5 to go. First half, Lincoln up 27-14. Isaiah Bowers leading the way. He has 14 on the night. Right side to Moats, working against Sloan. Oh, bad pass by Nick Livingston, goes right to Dewberry. I'm not sure if he was trying to throw it over the Railer zone and he lost control of it, or it was just a bad pass.
Yeah, I think it was tipped by the Railers, but boy, 13 turnovers by Taylorville so far, and that's been their worst enemy. When they've gotten shots, they've had a pretty good luck at it, but they've just not gotten enough shots so far.
Sloan. As we're under a minute, Railers look to hold 4-1.
I think the Railers are content, it looks like, to go into the locker room up at least 13 right now and a chance to go to 15 or 16.
Down to 30. Now Dewberry holds near the timeline. And we talked about pacing. This is easily Lincoln's pace, not Taylorville's. Bowers hands over to Cannon. We're down to 15 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like Taylorville now, as soon as we get ready to call a man play, they quickly go to a zone play.
Titus drives baseline, tried to kick it back out, lost it, gets it back, tried to flip it up, no good. Isaac fires it on the way, won't go down. Well, the Railers lost it, but then they had a couple opportunities at it with Titus and Isaiah, but it wouldn't go down. So we head to halftime with Lincoln on top. It is Lincoln 27, Taylorville 14. We'll be back with the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center halftime show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.